Have you ever wondered why some people seem unfazed by life's ups and downs, while others get easily swept away? It's a question that's been pondered for centuries, perhaps even millennia. The pursuit of emotional balance, of a steady mind and heart amidst the chaos of existence, is arguably as universal as our shared human experience itself. In this fast-paced, stress-filled world, managing our emotions is more critical than ever. Every day we're bombarded by news, social media, work pressures, family dynamics, and a host of other stimuli that can trigger a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, fear, anxiety, euphoria. Our emotional landscape can shift rapidly and unpredictably, often leaving us feeling unanchored, adrift on the high seas of our own emotional turbulence. Yet there are those who seem to navigate these waters with an enviable calm and steadiness. They face the same challenges, the same storms, yet they remain balanced, their emotional keel never tilting too far one way or the other. How do they do it? What's their secret? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy with a modern-day relevance. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the events that happen to us, we can control how we respond to them. It's a philosophy that encourages us to focus on what's within our control, to accept what isn't, and to cultivate an inner resilience that can weather any storm. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming emotionless. Rather, it's about understanding our emotions, recognizing their transient nature, and learning to respond to them in a balanced, rational manner. It's about finding that sweet spot between emotional reactivity and emotional resilience, a place where we can experience the full spectrum of our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. If you've ever felt like your emotions are controlling you rather than the other way around, then the principles of Stoicism might just be the solution you're looking for. It's a journey of self-discovery, of learning to navigate the seas of our emotional world with a steady hand and a balanced heart. It's a quest that's as old as humanity itself, and one that remains as relevant today as it ever was. So, what exactly is Stoicism, and how can it help us achieve emotional balance? Stoicism at its core is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and Rome. It advocates for a life lived in harmony with reason and nature, promoting virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. But let's break this down a bit further. Firstly, Stoicism emphasizes the understanding and acceptance of things we can't control. Life is full of unpredictable twists and turns, and often we find ourselves in situations where we feel powerless. Stoicism teaches us to discern between what we can and can't change. By focusing our energy on areas within our control, we can navigate life with a greater sense of calm and serenity. It's about letting go of the need to control everything and accepting the natural flow of life. Secondly, Stoicism is about living in the present moment. We often find ourselves either regretting past actions or worrying about the future. But Stoicism encourages us to live in the here and now. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. The present moment is all we truly have. By focusing on the present, we can live more fully and authentically, reducing unnecessary stress and anxiety. Thirdly, Stoicism promotes the practice of self-discipline. This means cultivating virtues like patience, resilience, and integrity. It's about taking responsibility for our actions and making conscious choices that align with our values. Self-discipline allows us to act rather than react, to make decisions based on reason, not emotion. It encourages us to take a step back, to reflect before we respond. This can be particularly beneficial in managing our emotions effectively. Now, you might wonder, how do these principles translate into emotional balance? Well, by accepting what we can't control, we reduce our feelings of frustration and helplessness. By living in the present, we avoid unnecessary worry about the past and future. And by practicing self-discipline, we gain control over our emotional responses. Together, these principles enable us to maintain a balanced state of mind, regardless of the ups and downs life throws our way. Remember, Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions, but rather understanding them and managing them effectively. It's about acknowledging our emotions, but not letting them control us. It's about finding balance and tranquility in a world that is often chaotic and unpredictable. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control and accept what's not, a principle that can be extremely helpful in maintaining emotional balance. It's a philosophy that's been around for thousands of years, but its wisdom is timeless. It offers us a path to emotional balance, a way of living that can bring us peace, clarity, and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Now that we understand the principles of Stoicism, how can we apply them to achieve emotional balance? Firstly, let's consider a common scenario. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Your heart is racing, and frustration is mounting. A Stoic approach would encourage you to recognize that you can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction to it. Instead of succumbing to anger or stress, you could choose to listen to an audiobook or podcast, using the time productively and maintaining your peace of mind. Stoicism also promotes the practice of mindfulness, a state of active attention to the present. Imagine you're having a disagreement with a colleague. Rather than getting carried away by your emotions, take a moment to observe them. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way? By identifying and understanding your emotions, you're able to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Another practical application of Stoicism involves reframing negative experiences. Let's say you've experienced a setback, like losing a job. It's natural to feel disappointed, but Stoicism encourages us to view these events not as misfortunes, but as opportunities for growth. In this situation, losing your job could be the push you need to explore new career paths or develop new skills. Stoicism also teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. For instance, you can't control how others behave, but you can control how you respond to them. This understanding can greatly reduce unnecessary stress and anxiety in our lives. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to appreciate what we have rather than longing for what we don't. For example, instead of feeling down because you can't afford a luxurious vacation, appreciate the comfort of your home, the company of your loved ones, or the beauty of a local park. This shift in perspective can lead to a more content and balanced emotional state. Lastly, Stoicism underscores the importance of accepting change. The world around us is in constant flux, and instead of resisting this reality, we should embrace it. Whether it's a change in job, relationship, or health status, understanding that change is a part of life can help us maintain emotional balance, even in the face of adversity. By practicing Stoicism, we can become more mindful and self-aware, allowing us to better understand our emotions and react to them in a balanced and measured way. This approach doesn't mean suppressing our emotions, but rather managing them in a way that serves our overall well-being. So remember, the next time you find your emotions spiraling, take a step back and ask yourself, what would a Stoic do? Then apply these principles and watch as you cultivate a life of emotional balance and resilience. By practicing Stoicism, we can become more mindful and self-aware, allowing us to better understand our emotions and react to them in a balanced and measured way. Mastering emotional balance is not a destination, but a journey, and Stoicism can be a valuable companion on this journey. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the key points we've covered about Stoicism and emotional balance. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, encourages us to focus on what is within our control and to accept what is not. This approach allows us to maintain a sense of calm and tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. We've delved into the principles of Stoicism, which include understanding the nature of reality, accepting the inevitable, and practicing mindfulness. These principles act as a guide, helping us navigate through life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. We've also explored how Stoicism can be put into action to achieve emotional balance. By adopting Stoic practices such as journaling, meditation, and reflection, we can cultivate a mindset that is less reactive and more accepting. This not only helps us to manage our emotions effectively, but also leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life. The benefits of practicing Stoicism are manifold. It equips us with the tools to handle life's challenges with equanimity. It empowers us to take charge of our emotional state, steering us towards inner peace and fulfillment. It encourages us to live in the present moment, appreciating life as it unfolds, without being swept away by the tide of emotions. Stoicism, however, is not about suppressing or ignoring our emotions. Quite the contrary. It encourages a deep understanding and acceptance of our emotions. It teaches us to view our emotions as natural responses to life's events, not as enemies to be fought. This understanding enables us to manage our emotions effectively, leading to a more balanced and harmonious life. So, as we conclude, remember, the aim is not to suppress or ignore our emotions, but to understand and manage them effectively. And Stoicism gives us the tools to